Solutions from A to Z, Allianz. In Ireland, please contact your broker for insurance.
Warner Brothers Pictures invites you to spice up your love life.
What's the secret?
But you never asked.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, no reservations.
Amazing things happen high in the Rockies. Coors Light.
Hello, I'm Brian the Buckle, and welcome to the school bus. Isn't it a great day for school? Do you love school? Because I know I love school. School's the best. Let me hear you say it. Come on. I know a song about how great school is. School.
It's now the law to fasten your seatbelts on school buses where provided. So if there is a belt, belt 'em up. For a safer journey, use your seatbelt.
Right, come on. It's only about half a mile.
Is it just me, or has the world gone crazy with this natural lifestyle carry on?
So look, could be worse. At least we're not outside in that.
Wouldn't it be easier just to pick up our fruit? Fruit, it's a natural thing.
Some give their best. You give your all. Summer players, you're an all-star.
You're very welcome back to Dixborough GA Club in Kilkenny, and we're focusing obviously on the All-Ireland Hurling Final weekend, and it's 1973 since Limerick won the All-Ireland. I'm delighted to have one of the heroes of that game here, Eamon Cregan, and alongside him, a more recent vintage member of the Kilkenny hurling team, Charlie Carter. You're very welcome along to Dixborough, lads. And before we chat with you, I want to remind you of a day Eamon will certainly savour, the 1973 final between Limerick and Kilkenny.
And now it's Ricky Bennett. Ricky trying to get the ball up. He's about to be caught by Liam O'Brien, but he knows it. And if Liam O'Brien comes solo with the ball stuck and he's hurt, so too can Ricky Bennett. Oh, the absolute gall of the man, and I mean that in the kindest possible way. Foley to Eamon Cregan, who's having one blinder. Ricky Dolan on the 21, on the 14, a shot, and it's blocked down. No seeing is spotting into the goal. The ball is in the net, but yes, it's a goal. Eamon Cregan, as it was at the beginning, is now Eamon Cregan clearing out. Not so much control in the centre of the field from Kilkenny as Ricky Bennett sends it high and over the bar. Oh, what a wonderful, wonderful hurler. His 10th point of the game. Well, after a wait since 1940, we have Limerick, the All-Ireland champions, after a truly memorable game.
Well, incredible scenes. I'll chat with Eamon about them in a moment, but I'm after hearing, Charlie, you were at that match. What age were you?
About 2.5 days.
2.5.
Sitting on Dad's knee.
Is that right?
Yeah, first time I was at. I wasn't a lucky omen, obviously.
No,
it was back the next year.
You're going on Sunday.
No, 79 is the first time I remember, and I still have visions of Chunky being thrown in the towel for 65, and he taking 65 and they're going the whole way to the net past, I think it was Seamus Shinners was in the goal.
Galway still feel they should have won that. But let's stay with 73. Have you strong memories of that still, Eamon?
I have strong memories of going out onto the field, because my brother Michael was training the team. And he said, when you go out into the field now, you're going to hear this almighty roar. So I went into the toilet before I went out, and Eamon Grimes was inside, and he was looking up at a window just inside the old Cusack stand, and I saw 2 legs coming in backwards. And I said, come on, come on, come on. I could hear Eamon say, come on, come on, you're through, you're through, you're through. And in those days, you couldn't even get near the dressing rooms. And when he landed on the floor, then it was JP McManus that was after coming through the door.
In the window of the Jacks?
In the window, yeah. In the window of the Jacks, and he came out with the Limerick team. And only 14 went out, because I was still inside in the toilet. And when I came out, the cheer was over.
There was no roar.
There was no roar. I was very disappointed.
There's a parallel, though, isn't there, between now and when you won it, because the gap is very similar. It was, what, 33 years since you had previously won it then?
Well, you know, yeah, there is a gap, and I think it's a disgrace that we've waited 34 years to try and win another one. No, I'm not saying we're going up for the match nowadays, you know. But I don't think we have a great chance, and the lads have, you know, and we're going to enjoy it, because the summer has been very short due to the fact that we had 3 matches with Tipperary. But there is a parallel there. And it's way too long. It should never have happened, but it has happened.
Yeah. And Charlie, of course, in Kilkenny, it's the opposite. It's extraordinary. 8 finals in 10 years. Is it hard to pick it up for?
I suppose the vintage period for Kilkenny hurling, and I suppose everyone in Kilkenny, no one in Kilkenny begrudged Limerick a win, but just not this Sunday. That's the only thing. We'll have on next year. Yeah. But it is a vintage time for Kilkenny hurling, and I mean, we should appreciate it, because it mightn't always be that way, you know.
Yeah, the young lads don't even realise it, as you say. Well, we'll talk about the game in detail in a moment, but I want to focus on 2 of the players now. You know the way sometimes you hear the term, you know, they battled right to the end. Well, I hope these 2 fellas don't take it too literally on Sunday.
Based in the 3rd Battalion in Kilkenny, Stephen's Barracks. It's handy enough from where I'm from, you know. I'm only across the town, like, so it's about 10-minute drive to go home and come back over for training, so it's handy enough. Don't be too tired.
Currently I'm based down in Collins's Barracks in Cork, down in 1 Cavalry Squadron down there. It fits in well at the moment. The work is very accommodating to let me go training and things like that. I suppose the huge emphasis in the Defence Forces is on teamwork and leadership, and thankfully there's a huge parallels there between my work career and my hurling career.
This clock out, heading towards Kilkenny's Owen Larkin once again. Beautiful strike by the 23-year-old army man.
You know, I knew coming onto the Kilkenny team, like, there was great underage teams coming up, you know, and if I wanted to stay there, I had to put in the work and I had to be playing well, like, so. Brian is always saying there's a place up for grabs on the Kilkenny team, and you know, he's right, like, so every night you go out and train, you just have to put in everything you have, like, you know, and be hurling well, and if you do all the work that you're required to do, like, he'll give you the rewards.
Andrew O'Shaughnessy in the red helmet. What a lovely pick-up. Chance of a score here. That is brilliant.
Growing up in Limerick, we were watching 94, 96 and the seniors, but we didn't have a massive success underage minors, but thankfully in 2000 we had a bit of a role in the 321s. Massive boost to Limerick hurling.
O'Shaughnessy agus tugann sin across the list go glóte scoráil se cúlán in the second you have it down agus half action yet again Royal Overreached. In Nilemore the Stafford zone Khuli the Tarakastig Kehele Andrew O'Shaughnessy Khana Khunista.
Obviously enough, we have people and always talk about underage success and how come you're not reproducing it, but there's plenty of reasons for that. Sometimes teams aren't going well, sometimes you're not going well. It's not going to come straight away. People have to realise that you have to mature and be playing a while before you can actually produce it on the big stage.
Absolutely, we're enormously proud of Andrew and Owen, and the whole ethos of team sports means togetherness, and if you don't have togetherness and cohesion in the Defence Forces, well then you're going absolutely nowhere. I mean, the irony is that these 2 guys will be hurling against each other on Sunday, and they may find themselves overseas together in the years to come.
People in Kilkenny realise that they're only on the county team for a short period of time, you know, and they want to try win everything that they can. You know, your career could be over in the morning with injury, like, or something like that, you know, so lads just want to win all they can when they can.
At the end of the day, we don't have any medals to show for it, we don't have any silverware. We got to Munster final, fair enough. We're in All-Ireland final, fair enough as well, but you have to win in these games. It has been a good year for Limerick in consideration, in contrast to the other years. We have been winning games and stuff, but you have to win the big ones as well when you get there.
Well, good luck to the lads. Charlie, though, Kilkenny hot favourites again this year. as is so often the case. Mind you, last year Cork were favourites. 99 Kilkenny were red-hot favourites against Cork. Does it bother you the favourites tagged for Kilkenny?
Well, it'll probably suit Richie Bennett. Richie has worked on it all year. He's used that ply that the media are going for all the other teams, and I mean he has more or less said it that he's used it in the dressing room. Yeah, I think the bookies have 1-4 Kilkenny, or even worse, and 7-2 Limerick. I think it's crazy in a two-horse race. We all saw it in '99, especially in '99, and maybe '01 as well in the semi-final.
Yeah.
What happened. And unlike in '99, the town went crazy, absolutely went crazy before it. Now, this year it's very different. This year, the flags have been slow to come out. There's a fine line between underhyped and overhyped, and at the moment I think we might be small bit underhyped.
And not up in the butts here where we were earlier, but
that has always been renowned for their flags. But down the town, they could do a get.
And that's a good thing, do you think, or do you think?
Well, you have to have a small bit of a sense. The players have to be a small bit nervous.
Yeah.
They have to sense the occasion.
Yeah.
And last year there was no problem. I suppose Cork were there. Cork had the All-Ireland. Kilkenny wanted to stop them doing the 3 in a row and pay back for 04.
You're so petty. Eamon, underdogs tag suits Limerick down to the ground, I'd say, does it?
Oh, it does, yeah. Like, we've nothing to lose. We're going from a situation that we were in last year to an All-Ireland final this year. And the lads have nothing to lose. But what they have done, what has happened is they have matured as individuals. They've matured as a team. And they're playing as a team. And Richie has brought, whatever he has brought, he's brought something. And the backroom team have brought something to Limerick that wasn't there before.
And the public seem to have identified with Limerick hurling again.
They have. Well, after identifying with Munster in rugby, and I've often said that if we could get 10% of Munster's heart and transfer it into the Limerick team, I think we have transferred an awful lot of heart into the team, and that the team is never beaten. But again, we're playing Kilkenny at home because Kilkenny don't play anywhere else on in Croke Park.
Yeah, mind you, I was talking to some of the rugby lads on the Irish squad, and they're all going the Limerick lads. But Charlie, call it then. Kilkenny to win, but you don't think it'll be too easy?
No, I think, I obviously think that Richie Bennett will pack McField in the early stages to try and stop the ball going in, quality ball going into the forwards. Now, Kilkenny get quality ball. We all see what they can do in a short space of time. It was seen against Galway, where Galway lived with him for 60 minutes, and in a 10-minute spell, Kilkenny went 10 points up, or the guts of it anyway. So if Limerick, obviously it's going to be no place for the faint-hearted in the first 10 minutes. And Dermot Kerwin, the ref, might have a big beard on the game as well. He'll have to take control of it early. But if I'm to call it, there's